Hello and welcome. I am Scriberlock, and this is City of Heroes Iron Man mode on the Rebirth server. We are with Faceplant, our level 3 Dominator. Remember, this is play till the first death, and then the character is deleted. We've just finished playing a radiation corruptor who died at level 12 to a boss. At least that's a little bit more honorable than dying at level 19 to a lieutenant. Both of them are orange, by the way. And now this character is third level. It's a Dominator, and we are joining the pack. We are going to be loyalists of the Praetorians. Not a big fan of the Praetorian content ordinarily, but I thought for a change of pace this would be pretty cool. And I'm not going to do anything to purposely lose, but I don't really expect this character to live through all the Praetorian content. So I'm willing to do it for 10 or 12 or 15 levels just to see how it goes and see how this character does. So right now he wants us to get flowers for Duncan, who's his girlfriend, I think, or one of his, I don't know, whatever character is his girlfriend. So go to the flower vendor and we ask about roses, and they're out of stock, and ask who bought all the flowers and where they went. And so open our mini map. We have our mini map. Get 3 more roses. So here are some roses. And I think here, maybe? No? Alright, so we'll go up this way. There are some roses. You can see them on the map there. Where? I hear them. Right there, right? Alright. And then the last pack. Over here. And now we're going to go to, Cleopatra's the girl that he likes. So we give them to her. And, did I do something wrong? No. Get back to Mr. Alpha Dog and tell him the roses were a fine gift. So we're going to go back to Praetor White. So again, I think I did a bunch of this on Tiger Strike and read all the dialogue. I'm not going to read all the dialogue on this character. Okay, finale. Go to Gravitech Labs. And be careful, the PPD guys don't like people from Powers Division. That's okay. We can handle it. There's definitely, lack of text and actual meat to the story arcs in Praetoria, and basically all the story arcs after like issue 9 or 10 or something. I've mentioned this before on the other playthroughs. The original story arcs were. Oh, this is gonna be great. Trying to get out of here. The original story arcs were much meatier. They were longer. There was more to them. They explained a lot more as you were going, and you ended up with a whole wall of text. I guess some players didn't like that, and they started switching to very short story arcs, dialogues with the characters, having all the information, very little in the clue tab, and like this, we're 3 or 4 missions in, and we've got 2 sentences. And they also switched to a lot of cutscenes, where the dialogue in the cutscenes tells you the story, but then they don't leave you a clue afterwards to help you remember it. Not a fan of the newer model, which is why I don't tend to do the Praetorian content very often. But again, I thought as a change of pace, and since this character probably won't live through all the Praetorian content, I guess it's okay to, play him till he dies. Now, he might live a long time, I don't know. Dominators are pretty powerful, but he's kind of got to get to that point first. Talk to Captain Duval. Is that him? There we go. Here to conduct the inspection. I'm under strict orders. Is he going to attack me? Well, you're going to be held. And that is the end of this fight. At least the fight with him. So now we're going to have trouble with these guys, right? Because we're going to have to fight all three of them. But I can try to prevent them from meleeing me with the entangle. And we're going to keep going back to the lieutenant, putting a hold on him. This is a pretty rough ambush for a level 3 character. A lieutenant and 3 minions. And the lieutenant is +1. Got to make sure we keep the lieutenant held. We can handle the minions. They won't kill us. But we've got to keep that lieutenant held, because if he breaks free and starts hammering us while the minions are pounding on us, we're going to have trouble. Okay, now we've got it. Yeah, I would say this is pretty rough. If you are a new player with a level 3, an actual level 3 Dominator, and you'd never played Dominators before, you might have a really hard time with this. First of all, you might not have picked your hold as your level 2 power. Maybe you got another attack, right? And then you're just going to be screwed, because these guys are going to be pounding you. We've leveled up, so that should help us out. So stop the resistance plan. Alright, we're going to have to continue through here. Didn't realize there was another ambush coming. I should have, because usually there are 3. So let's go ahead and do domination. This way we hit this guy once, and then we don't have to worry about him for a little bit. It'll last like 15 seconds or something. We don't need the endurance, so we'll go ahead and ditch it. You see where it recast there? That was the domination effect, right? It ended, and then the domination effect made it continue. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of that blue, and there we go. And there's a boss, Sergeant Callahan. He's probably the guy we're meant to fight. But I don't know. I mean, like, we're dominating. Let's get him. I don't know if we're going to get hit with another ambush. But I didn't want to waste the domination, which is over now. Anyway. We're lucky we leveled. This guy would be red to us if we hadn't leveled, because this is a +1 room. And that takes care of him. We've got our first piece of invention salvage. And there's a lieutenant. Let's take out the lieutenant. Still dominating, I guess. I thought it had stopped, but it has not. Now it's over. There we go. So I guess we still need to continue. I thought we were just taking out the boss, but clearly not. So we need to go in here. Okay. Alright, that's a melee guy, so we'll just go ahead and entangle him. And then he can't melee us. We'll hold that guy. and then hold this guy. So the holds come back fast enough that they work pretty well. And they can really save your bacon, as you saw in the previous battle that we had. Especially, you know, hold the lieutenant. Oh, he's a boss. Never mind. I thought he was a lieutenant. This guy's a lieutenant. Oh, that's not nice. They're making us fight a lieutenant and a boss together, and I've been stunned. That's not good. There we go. Alright, let's entangle that guy. Can we hold him? Doesn't look like it. So we'll hold the lieutenant and fight the boss. We're going to need some defense here. So how do I know when it's time to hold the guy? When this recharges? It's about when it runs out. Got him. Right? I kept that lieutenant out of the fight till I had a chance to kind of deal with him. And we have completed the mission. We got our merit rewards. That's the end of the story arc. And we found a clue. But that's going to get... So we got a bunch of clues now with the resistance plot, but that's all going to get wiped as soon as we are turned into a, I guess, a souvenir. As soon as we get to talk to Praetor White. So that's the end of the story arc. We are inches away from level 5, guys. Look at that. How many XP do we need to get to level 5? Just 22. It's like 2 minions. But there aren't a lot of hostiles in this part of town. Right? Yeah. I mean, you can just like attack the suppressor drones, but there's really no point to that. And the cleaners and stuff. Alright, so we're level 4. And we actually don't want to talk to Praetor Wait. We want to go to Praetor Duncan and level up. Oh, and I did change the mission difficulty. I did it off screen, but I did change the mission difficulty to give us bosses. So as you saw, we found we had a boss in that last mission. Yes, we can do. That's a melee attack. Fling Thorns is an AoE. We can do teleport, but I think I want to do Fling Thorns. And we'll do teleport at level 6. Okay, so now we can talk to Provost Marchand. Or Marchand? And so, do you know the Deputy Assistant of Information? Deputy Information is the start of the power storyline for loyalists. Those who are in power use their law for their own benefits. Chief Interrogator starts the responsibility storyline for loyalists. Those who follow the responsibility path seek to protect the people without oppressing them. No, I want power. We're going power, guys. We may as well embrace the meanness of Praetoria, right? Embrace the imperialness of it. It's like Coruscant, you know, in Star Wars, the capital of the Empire and of the Republic. When it was the capital of the Empire, it's pretty peaceful there, you know. There wasn't a lot of crime. You know, they'll force lightning you if you steal from people and stuff, right? The Emperor will have you killed. So there wasn't a lot of crime, and it was fairly peaceful. But, you know, if you step out of line, you're going to be visited by stormtroopers. As the old saying, my old history of Western Civ teacher in high school knew somebody who had lived in fascist Italy and said, well, Mussolini did a lot of bad things, but hey, you could walk down the street and there was no crime, and you didn't have to lock your door, and the trains ran on time, and so if you were, quote unquote, a law abiding citizen, um, you were fine. But if you step a toe out of line, the brown shirts are coming for you, right? Okay, so I'm not here to be friends. You're supposed to be useful. So we're interested in Matterman, and he says, my specialty faceplant is to make certain the people see the deeds you do. Okay, so hearts and minds. You and I, faceplant, could make a swell team. I've got connections all over the city. So this is what I mean. We've got pages of dialogue here, but nothing in the clues. Right? There's nothing. We did get a souvenir for joining the pack, but none of this text was in the clue box before we got the souvenir. So bring in Paul Vallis and you'll be a hero. All right, well, we'll go bring him in, I guess. Where is this leading me? Yes, to the elevator. Okay. Interestingly, this is 4th floor, but this is the 1st floor. So I guess you just skip the 3 floors in between. They must just have a penthouse suite or whatever. I guess it wouldn't be penthouse on the 4th floor, but top floor, high class, I guess. All right, so we're going to head over. This is the last time, the last 2 levels we'll have to run around, and after this we're going to have, I think, teleport, which I guess I haven't really done. Oh boy. No, we don't want to fight all those guys. I was just looking at what level they were. I mean, we can fight them, but we're about to level up, and let's game it a little bit. We want to level up in mission so that if we die, we can res. Speaking of that, and again, to remind you, the only way we can res is inside an instance mission if we level up during the mission, and we've got the green arrow. So speaking of that, let's get our res power here. Where is it? I thought we had one. Do we not? I could have sworn I saw it when I was looking through this before. Huh. Okay, so this must be in our email somewhere. Okay, so we got reward merits. Let's claim them. Right, so we can get the Ghost Sling Axe, Fairy Wisp. Let's click. We've got more merits. All these respecs. Let's get the Nemesis Staff. It's useful. We're probably not going to need it a lot here, but let's go ahead and take the Nemesis Staff. Return to battle. That's it. Okay, so we should have that now. Why do we not have it? There's the Nemesis Staff. There it is. Return to battle. So, in case we die in here after we've leveled up, we can do that 1 res. Only once per mission if you have leveled up in that mission. It works, pretty well in the low levels because you level up quickly. In the higher levels, it's not going to help you very much. So now we have an AoE. We can hit both of these guys, right? Which is nice. And it does pretty good damage. So now we have 2 attacks. Alright, so we need to find Paul Vallis and take him down. And we've leveled up. So that's our safety net for this mission, although we shouldn't need it. Excellent. Yeah, these characters, the Dominators, do really well. Plant Thorn is amazing. It's an amazing pair of power sets. There's Guillermo and Ando. Ooh, 2 lieutenants. Alright, so we're going to entangle Ando. And then back up. And let Guillermo come at us. And we'll hit him with a hold. We don't need that. Entangle Ando. Oh, he stupidly, after I fired the entangle, ran around the corner, so now he can't see me. He has no bead on me. And this should take out Guillermo. And now we can hold this guy. So yeah, 2 lieutenants, no real risk. Especially if they're going to do something stupid like run around the corner after the entangle has fired, but before it lands, because this means he can't come back around and see me. It's like incredibly unlucky, you know. Obviously, if there's anything he could do about it, even a human might make that mistake, but it's pretty funny. Alright, we got Dominate up. Not that we really need it here, but that's alright. You can see how we're putting out quite a bit of damage as a Dominator. It's quite nice. And we are doing some Toxic, I believe. We haven't really talked about damage types, but if we take a look. That's lethal, and then ticks of Toxic damage. Right, and then this one. Lethal, and then ticks of Toxic damage. So we're doing some toxic damage to these guys, which most enemies don't have much, if any, defense against. Alright, so the thorns are poisonous, basically. Thorny Assault is based partially on, not entirely, I think, but because I've never played one, I can't say for sure, but partly on the Spine Scrapper. It's a lot of the same visuals and the same damage type. You can see we really don't need that Nemesis Staff very much. Because we just do so much, do so much damage, and we have every power is basically an attack. Yes, it's a holding attack or an entangle, an immobilizing attack, but every power is something you can do to an enemy, so you're constantly doing damage or control. Which makes this, as I said before in the previous episode, a very aggressive power set. And basically an aggressive archetype, the Dominator. Dominator is a really good name for it, because of the aggressiveness and the sort of how constantly you're basically constantly on the attack. It's almost like a, I don't know, a scrap troller, if you want to call it that, but there's some range to it too. A scrap blast troller, so scrapper blaster controller, kind of. Is that the boss? No. Boss should be around here somewhere. Oh, well, there he is. He's just a minion. Well, you're captured. How come he's just a minion? That's really lame. You here to take me in? Why'd you do it? Why'd you kill Cartwright? He wasn't no hero. Cartwright deserved to die more than I do for killing him. Nice sob story. Save your tears for the netherworld. Oh, we're gonna fight? Well, you're a minion, so you have no chance. And you're blue. Like, seriously, blue con minion? I am like a +1 boss to him. I'm like a red con to him, and he's like, dude, I'm fighting you. with half my hit points and no powers but a brawl. That's great. So now we need to visit Emperor Cole's statue. And we need to level up. So let's see, how close is that? It's pretty close, but let's go to Praetor Duncan first. Yeah, I remember when my friend and I were playing this, we were playing a brother and sister pair. Like, I was a controller and he was a corruptor. And so, like, they were teasing each other a lot and stuff, but I had my character, like, I kind of role played my character as this this guy was constantly flirting with all the female NPCs, and he was always like when we went over to Praetor Duncan to level up, he was always like standing behind her, looking at her butt while my friend's character was leveling up, and then I would make comments about her butt and stuff like that, and he kept saying like he was going to get her to go out with him, and my friend was like, "There's no way she's going out with you." It was really funny. All right, so train up to a new level. Level 5. All right, we're going to definitely up Thorny Darts and Strangler because these are our bread and butter attacks right now. Strangler is definitely a 6 slot, and so are both of our attacks. All right, so in terms of the mission, we need to visit Emperor Cole's statue. Let's get that vis scale fixed. There we go. I have to say, the graphics are really good here in this zone. I mean, it's a better looking zone in terms of the texturing and the modeling. They did a lot better anti-aliasing and stuff because it was several years after the game came out. So now we're going to go to the Deputy Assistant of Information. And guys, we're on our way. How far are we into this episode? So we're going to stop after we talk to the Deputy Assistant of Information, but we only have 8 beats left and we'll have teleport. And then first chance we get, we're getting Seeds of Confusion. So hopefully we'll live that long. If we can live to get Seeds of Confusion and get some slots on it so that it hits and recharges quickly, if we can get 3 or 4 slots on that thing, get some DOs on it, we might be set for a while. I mean, we might be kind of proof against sudden deaths, but it'll only work if we've got it slotted and we can live that long. And I think, gosh, I can never remember. We have Roots already. Spore Burst is 8. I think Seeds of Confusion is level something like 12. So I don't know if we're going to get to it. We'll see. All right, so we completed that mission for him, and he's giving us some shrewd lessons about how to get into Emperor Cole's good graces. We're going to stop here since we're half an hour into it. This is my second mission in a day, in the same day. I've been playing like 1 mission a day, but I'm just having so much fun with this Dominator, I decided to do 2 today. I'll stop for now. I don't want to get too far ahead. I hope you guys are enjoying this Iron Man run. I certainly am. Until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server, Iron Man mode.